Don't look now. One of America's greatest cities might be crashing and crashing hard. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine, no lollipops, no puppy dogs, no gummy drops, no magic tricks. We're just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, one of America's greatest cities, Manhattan, New York City, is showing some massive pain. We're going to take a look today at property there, and my gosh, friends, I just stumbled upon this one by myself. Alarming, my goodness. New York City is like the melting pot of America. You can find everybody. Everybody is in New York City. And in the crisis, not for the crisis we're not talking today, this was all crisis driven, creating the biggest artificially created housing bubble in human history. Scary stuff. But again, if you halfway expect it, or at least know what's coming, you might be less blindsided as it plays out, be able to operate more efficiently within it. So congratulations to anybody that stayed centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Aren't you glad that you're awake or becoming awake? I know I certainly am. I was talking to my good friend, our good friend. I know a lot of your good friend is a good friend of yours too. Dan over at I Allegedly said, Scott, I'm so glad I'm awake right now. And Dan at I Allegedly, I'm glad I'm awake too, my friend. But the realities are, friends, we've identified the top of the biggest bubble ever produced in history. It's when you see prices no longer able to sustain themselves and they start to trend the other direction. So there's no denying this one's reverse course now. I know there's a lot of industry people out there trying to sugarcoat it, still trying to do whatever they can to cheerlead these markets. They have to. It's self-preservation. They base their cost of living on commission checks. That's why you're never going to have your eggs all in one basket. One of the latest ones I heard was, I was talking to Travis at the Real Estate Mindset. He said, I believe it was him that said, I've seen this part of trainings in the industry now where they're saying, date the rate, marry the house. Let me repeat, marry the house, meaning fall in love with it. And you've watched this channel, you know I say never fall in love with the house, ever, because as soon as you do, they got us. Marry the house, date the rate. You can always refinance it later, maybe get an ARM right now, an adjustable rate mortgage. That was the kiss of death in the last real estate bubble. So I have to politely disagree when I see other agents and industry professionals produce that narrative. I don't think it's doing anybody a service. I've always said I'm willing to put people on the sidelines, earn their business later, put their needs before my own. I think if industry professionals adopt that mindset, they're going to do quite well in this industry. Unfortunately, many of them just can't. They can't for the reasons I just spoke about. Their cost of living is purely on commission checks. So I'm a big fan of real estate investing. 90% of all millionaires made their money in real estate. I'm lucky I own real estate. Never checked its value during this bubble. I didn't care. I know a lot of people went on Zillow to check their real estate values, made them feel rich as they saw that appreciation, went back to work, quit their jobs, bragged to their friends. My house made this much money. Never checked my properties once. Didn't want to know. Wasn't important to me. What was important to me is you guys. So today we're going to take a trip to downtown Manhattan in New York City and examine a property. And why it's so important is because what this property is in fact doing. Now, this will be a luxury property. Manhattan is a playground for the rich and famous in New York. But we are seeing a massive issue with the property. It will start from the top and work its way down. But pretty much all Manhattan's just high dollar real estate. So that's really the only thing we have to measure there anyway. The bigger you grow, the harder you fall. Let's roll this footage, then we'll meet back here to wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, friends, buckle up and strap in. Welcome to downtown Manhattan, right here in New York City. Let's go ahead and make our way over to this next property and see what's really going on behind the scenes. And as we can see here, not one, not two, not three, but dozens and dozens of properties all experiencing price reductions. Everything you're looking at right now is going through the kiss of death, price reductions. Now let's take a sneak peek at this luxury property right here in Manhattan, New York, a penthouse apartment doing what? You guessed it, stuck on the market in massive trouble. Somebody needs to get this thing sold, unable to do it. Let's jump over and see why. And as we can see here, it's currently, after its latest price reduction, priced at $26 million. Now let's go take a look at its price history. My gosh, red alert. The last time this property was $26 million, where it's priced now, was back in 2012 after the last real estate crash. History is now repeating itself. Let's get back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, friends, so welcome back. So that's what's happening in New York City, Manhattan. Did you see what's going on there? That property is now on the market for what it was priced at in 2012. What happened in 2012? It was the bottom of the second biggest real estate bubble. We just beat that real estate bubble with the one you're currently walking in now. We are now back to 2012 levels with this property. And guess what? When it goes off the market, it won't probably be at their latest price reduction asking price. It's going to be lower. It will be under. We are in crash territory. The sooner you could admit that, the sooner you can move away from it. Acceptance will always be the answer to all our problems. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate professional. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble in history has reversed course. It's now how low will it go? My friends, I believe the biggest housing bubble is probably going to produce the biggest crash. Every market's going to behave differently, but I believe everybody's going to get touched in this one, virtually everybody. There might be a few isolated little areas that somehow escape some of the madness, the areas that maybe didn't see appreciation rates go to ridiculous levels, but I think even those people are in trouble today, and here's why. This thing. We're all walking around like this today. We're complete zombie robots glued to our devices. I think that's bad, bad, bad. Contagion is going to spread through these markets and touch markets that used to be relatively safe. We got to expect the unexpected. If we've learned anything through this crisis, expect the unexpected. As we continue to raise awareness, ring the bell, and sound the alarm, it's so important for us to do that as we understand the waters that we're swimming in. It's going to be less blindsiding as this plays out. We'll be less paralyzed by fear. We'll be able to operate in it much more efficiently. I can't wait to report on more of it as we move forward, as I do make sure every one of you ends up a success in real estate, because it's not only what we deserve, it's in fact what we need. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the world ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. If you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.